Oh, dear. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi,
I
Carrie. How are you?
am well, considering we've got about 2 feet of snow
Oh
moving
my gosh.
this
I'm
afternoon.
sending so much love and hopefully future sunshine your way.
Thank you. I am done with winter. I'm officially at that, yep, we're done with winter stage.
Girl, I know that feeling so well.
Well, you look fantastic. It's so different to be able to actually see people instead of
Thank you. I know. Isn't it nice?
it's the day that I didn't shower or wash my hair or do anything, and I'm like, oh, I
Oh,
forgot.
you look great. You look absolutely great. That pink sweater. Ooh.
Well, award-winning artist Lindsay Ell is with us on Zoom. Glad to have you here. Glad to be chatting with you. And I will say this will never not be uncomfortable for me. Speaking on camera.
Oh my gosh, Carrie, you're so funny. I think it was like the year of COVID when I fully just got used to speaking on like all these little like Brady Bunch
Yep.
screens.
Yeah, exactly.
And as a songwriter, we wrote songs on Zoom for hours at a time. And I think I just got used to it. And was like, all right, if this is the way we live now, then I might as well accept it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is a pleasure to talk to you. And I just want to tell you how much I love story I tell myself. I
Thank you.
especially when you have those days where, as we were just talking about, like, oh my gosh, I didn't do my hair. I don't, you have all these thoughts in your head of just how you're not good enough and you're not pretty enough and you're not this. And it's just the anthem that we need to lift us up and get us out of that. Stop being so hard on yourself. Like, why do
Thank you.
we do that to ourselves?
Thank you so much for saying that. And this is such a perfect example because I didn't think any of those things when I saw your beautiful face and I saw your beautiful smile and your cool glasses and your sweater. And yet, I know what that feels like on the other side of things. Like when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair looks awful today, or my face is really red, or whatever. Like it just go on and on and on. And we're so hard on ourselves and so mean to ourselves. Like,
Yeah,
we would never say the things that we say to ourselves to one of our friends. Or
no.
if we heard one of our friends saying some of these things, we'd be like, whoa, 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 don't be mean to yourself. But
Yeah.
we will, as the day is long, say stuff to ourselves and over and over and over again, to the point, at least talking about my brain, like to the point where it was just so normal. That's just what I learned, and that's just what I knew, and that's just what I assumed. And I had the I'm not good enough program running constantly. Like, yeah, I'm not pretty enough. I can't play guitar good enough. I can't sing good enough. I can't. And I would just always find these reasons. And I just think that when we can start to really take a tab of that internal dialogue and rewrite some of those stories, that we can feel like insane changes, like very positive changes throughout our life, throughout the way we show up in our relationships, throughout the way we show up in our jobs, just throughout the way we show up as a human in the world, because we're then coming from a place of love compared to from a place of like chaos inside of our brains.
So you've had this switch with this album, with your mindset. You say that this album, I love your quote. You said, no longer standing under a veil of trying to be who I'm not. And this project is about learning to love yourself again. So
Yeah.
how did you get to that point?
I will say the first thing is that point is not like entering the gates of, okay, now I'm going to love myself every day and I'm going to accept myself. And I've like entered the gates and never leaving. Like it's a daily thing and it's so hard. And some days are so much harder than other days. But I think through really doing the work of just taking tabs of that internal dialogue and journaling about it and meditating about it and really trying to rewrite some of those sentences and having like positive affirmations, as cheesy as that sounds, like they
Mm.
really work. And I think now I just have a lot more tools at my fingertips so that if I am having a bad day, I can be like, okay, whoa, 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 Lindsay, like
Mm.
let's just
Yeah,
slow it down a tad bit
yeah,
and see where this is coming from. Like what are you feeling right now and why are you feeling it? And I'm like, very much like more willing to have those conversations with myself, when before I was always just like, I need to work, I need to keep busy, I need to do this, and to the point where anything that felt overwhelming, I would just stuff it down,
Mhm.
or I would numb it out with something, you know.
So
And that's something for me was food. And you know, as human beings, we can numb out in so many different ways. And not saying that's all bad. Like sometimes, you know, you need to just put on a good show or something and decompress. But if you aren't checking in frequently with like that emotional radar of like where things are sitting, I think it allows like for a lot of these like unconscious false beliefs to just get programmed into the back of your brain when you don't even know they're there.
like therapy with Lindsay this afternoon.
I know. I don't
We
even
can,
know where
we
I'm
can have,
coming from today, but I'm just like on it.
we can have a whole afternoon radio segment.
Hey, I wouldn't hate that. I'm here any day you want me, Carrie.
But I love it. You've been on stage since 10. You've been like in music. You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
You feel the change in you over the last little bit with this new album, with Love Myself, with
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like
like Lindsay
I
then and Lindsay now. Like, how would you describe the difference in you?
truly like Lindsay then was always wanting to get to a certain thing and to be whatever chameleon I would hear from other people that would get me to the next goalpost. And of course the goalpost always moves. So I was never
Mhm.
happy. I was never stopping. I was just like always in this hamster wheel of chaos essentially. Um and so yeah, like I feel like these past couple years, like Lindsay then to Lindsay now is almost like a toddler feeling feelings again. I'm like, whoa, okay, what is coming up now? What
Yeah.
is this? But it feels so liberating. And the fact that I can like really learn to try to access the joy that is accessible like in the moment
Mhm.
compared to the joy that is accessible when we accomplish great things. Not
Right.
saying that that won't bring you joy, for sure. Like we all have dreams and we all have things we want to accomplish in our lives, and that's great. And I think that is actually very helpful. It like helps us have motivation and helps us work hard to the things that we want. But Lindsay then would never find happiness in the today and in the right now. And it just made life very bleak, and I would just be a workaholic 24/7 and think that that was what was giving me joy, is just that I was always busy and it would be getting me closer to my dreams. But Lindsay now realizes that accessing joy in like the little moments or in today is not going to slow me down from getting closer to my dreams. If anything, it will give me more fuel in order to get there in a healthier state.
So how did you feel when you got asked to be a part of Shania Twain's tour? When she is somebody
I
you
was
like,
I was
I can't imagine.
speechless, to be honest. I
Yeah.
mean, we toured with her in 2023. And then when she called me at the beginning of last year and asked, you know, would you play guitar in my band? I was like, I mean, first, when Shania asks, you just say yes because
Mhm.
it's Shania herself.
Yeah.
And and secondly, like playing guitar for her was like the dream I never knew I had in a way. You know, I've learned so much from being on the other side of something and getting to sort of see myself from a different perspective, or see like the front runner of a band from a different perspective on stage. It's been like a very cool. I've learned so much from her, of course. I mean, she's just so brilliant in herself, but just to be able to see the stage from a different perspective and to be able to just learn these iconic guitar solos that I've known ever since I was a little girl, but like really learning the interworkings of, you know, Dan Huff, one of my favorite guitar players, and Mutt Lang, you know, who produced a lot of these records. I feel like I've just gotten to pick up from all of the greats.
Mhm.
And so this whole experience has just been very, very wonderful. And I'm so grateful for it.
To see you on stage with that guitar, to see you in action was just amazing. Just to watch, like you are in your element, and yeah, You could
Thank you.
be
It
an
has.
inspiration to so many just doing that. Like amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. It has felt like kind of crazy full circle moments. Like these songs, I mean, No One Needs to Know is the first song that I fell in love with Shania
Mhm.
about. It was one of her first singles, the song that she sang for the original movie Twister.
Yep.
And she's like singing on this white porch playing guitar. And now, I would play that song from her 3 feet away from her on stage
Yeah.
singing that song beside her. And it's like if my 10-year-old self could have seen that, she would have been like, I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe you. And yet every night we would sing that song, I would just be like, this is really wild.
Wow. Well, I love to watch. I saw a video of you opening up your album, your vinyl album.
Yeah.
The excitement of that, like, oh, it just looked really joyful.
Nothing will ever really describe the feeling. I actually have one sitting on my desk. I keep it so close for this reason. And the fact that we could make it like purple is just
Yeah.
so, it's like purple is the color of creativity and of vulnerability and of royalty and of all these things that I've
Wow.
just been like really trying to like
Yep.
um wrap my head around. And so yeah, nothing will like fully describe the pride, I guess I feel. And I never was able to say I'm proud of myself, but I'm able to say that looking at this vinyl being like, wow, like what an era the past few years have been. And the fact that I've been able to make this project with a team I'm so proud of and I love so much, and I'm just so proud of this music. It's really cool.
And Canada's Got Talent, you're back. in
Yeah.
March. You're hosting again.
I'm so excited. Yeah, the new season airs March 18th, and I was thankfully lucky enough to welcome Shania into my world just as she welcomed me into hers. And she is the most incredible judge. Like some of the things that she tells people is just so heartfelt and um so intentional, and she really tries to lift everybody up and help them, and Catherine Ryan, and of course Howie and Cardi. It's just going to be such a great season, such a special season. I can't wait for Canada to start seeing it.
Watching other people's dreams potentially come true is pretty incredible for you. Yeah.
It's so incredible, Carrie. It's so incredible to be able to give these people a spotlight. Of course, the musicians and singers who have a soft spot in my heart, but I also love being able to give a spotlight to people who like acrobats and magicians and dancers and even people who you don't even know how to describe their talent. You're just like, it's unbelievable. It's anything unlike anything I've ever seen before. And it's like, that's what the CGT stage is for. Those people who are just so talented and deserve a world stage, but couldn't be in a normal singing competition. And so this season is very, very cool and has some really exciting moments.
Exciting to look forward to that. Well, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you talking to me as in my
Likewise.
uncomfortable self. I appreciate that.
You are so beautiful inside and out.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring us with your music and your words. And yeah, we'll keep following and stay connected.
Thanks, girl. I sure will. And thank you so much for showing so much love to Story I Tell Myself. It's amazing that this song is top 15 right now. It's so cool.
You wrote it for all of us. We all understand.
Thank you.
Okay. Big love. Thank you so much.
Big love. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Carrie. Awesome. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye.